Microsoft says it has evidence that Russian APT actors were exploiting a nasty Outlook zero-day as far back as April 2022, a disclosure that ups the stakes on organizations to start hunting for signs of compromise. Microsoft has announced that a zero-day vulnerability in its Outlook email client has been exploited in the wild by malicious actors since April of last year. The exploit allows attackers to execute arbitrary code remotely without any user interaction required, making it particularly dangerous. This vulnerability is related to the way that Outlook handles objects in memory. Attackers can use a specially crafted email message to exploit this vulnerability and gain control of the victim's computer. The vulnerability affects multiple versions of Outlook, including the latest version of Outlook 2019. Microsoft has released a security update to patch this vulnerability, and it is important for all users to update their systems as soon as possible. However, given that the exploit has been in use for over a year, it is possible that attackers have already gained access to sensitive data or systems. The incident highlights the importance of email security best practices, such as avoiding suspicious emails and attachments, using email filtering tools, and keeping email clients updated with the latest security patches. In addition, it is crucial for organizations to have vulnerability management programs in place to detect and address any email-related security issues. As with any cybersecurity incident, it is important to remain vigilant and aware of potential threats, and to take proactive steps to protect against them. This includes conducting regular risk assessments, implementing robust security controls, and promoting a culture of security awareness throughout the organization. The company is recommending that defenders be strategic about hunting for infections linked to the Outlook for Windows vulnerability. Microsoft is recommending that defenders 1. Review suspicious messages, calendar items, or tasks with reminders that were reported by users. 2. Examine network logging and endpoint logging for evidence of known atomic indicators. 3. Scan Exchange for delivered messages with the p.i.d.l.i.d. reminder file parameter set. 4. Hunt for anomalous behaviors based on a. NTLM authentication involving untrusted or external resources. This can be observed in Exchange Server Logging, Microsoft Defender for Identity, and Microsoft Defender for Endpoint Telemetry. B. Web data connection attempts through process execution events. C. SMB client event log entries. D. Firewall logs for suspicious outbound SMB connection. Microsoft Patch Tuesday, Zero-Day Attacks on March 14, 2023 highlights the recent zero-day vulnerabilities discovered and patched by Microsoft during their monthly Patch Tuesday release. It specifically mentions a vulnerability in the Windows Defender antivirus program, which allowed attackers to execute malicious code remotely. This vulnerability was exploited by a group of attackers known as Bitter, who are believed to have ties to the Iranian government. It also notes that this is not the first time that the group has targeted organizations in the Middle East, and that they have a history of using zero-day exploits to carry out their attacks. It also emphasizes the importance of timely patching and the risks associated with delaying or neglecting to apply patches to systems. It also highlights the need for proactive vulnerability management and threat intelligence to stay ahead of potential threats. In addition to discussing the Bitter Group's activity, the article also provides an overview of other vulnerabilities addressed in the Patch Tuesday release, including flaws in Microsoft Edge and Internet Explorer that could allow for remote code execution. Overall, this serves as a reminder of the ongoing threat landscape and the importance of staying vigilant against potential cyber attacks. It also emphasizes the need for organizations to stay up to date with the latest security patches and best practices for vulnerability management.